So clairsentience, or clear feeling, is a subject that I can really get excited about because it is my go-to modality for getting answers from the other side. It is undeniable because it is a physical sensation that you have in your body, and it's something that you just can't ignore or deny. And I see it as being extremely invaluable when it comes to psychic abilities, which is why I encourage everyone to pay very, very close attention to your gut, because it is directly connected to your higher self, the part of your soul that lives on the other side that's directly connected to the divine. So there is intelligence behind your gut. I always say it's not the cheese you had on your pizza giving you answers. There is intelligence behind that, also known as all-knowing angelic beings trying to guide you on your path, so please don't ignore it. That's why I thought it was so important to make this video talking about how to elicit a response from your gut and also how to interpret that response once you get it. Again, this is my go-to, and it's the most important modality I have, I think. In any given situation, this is my go-to. I always run something by my gut. I'm also clairaudience. I can hear the other side talking to me, but this one is actually my favorite. Okay, so when I am doing a read on something, all I'm doing is focusing my mind on that person, place, situation, relationship, job, etc. Okay? So I focus my mind on it, and I pay really close attention to how my gut responds. And that is how I do a read on a situation. I merely focus my mind on it. But there are other ways to elicit a response from your gut that I wanted to share with you guys. And this is all like stuff that I've learned over the years. So hopefully you take this seriously and don't ignore it. And it's not the same for everybody, but this is my personal experience, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys in hopes that it helps you. Okay, so if you have an important decision to make, maybe you're just trying to figure out where to move to, you want to meditate. Okay, you want to quiet your mind, just relax yourself, shut out the day-to-day chatter and meditate. And what you want to do is you want to imagine yourself living there. Imagine yourself living in Seattle. Okay, what does it feel like? How does your gut feel? Imagine, picture yourself living there. And then imagine yourself living in, say, Miami, if that's another choice for you. How does your gut feel? How is your gut responding to Miami? Is it relaxed and open, or is it closed and tight? That's going to give you an answer as to whether or not that would be your highest good or whether or not you would be happier there. Like, what's your truth, right? That's basically what you're doing, is you're tuning into what's my truth, right? So that's one thing, is just meditation and just imagining yourself already there, okay? And seeing how your gut responds to that thought, that picture that you have in your head. Another thing is making the free will decision already. Just saying, okay, I'm doing it. I'm booking that vacation. I'm applying for that job. Okay. And while you're online, like clicking those buttons to be like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like, just put one foot in front of the other and see how your gut responds. Because my gut reaction gets stronger as I'm making the free will decision. And unfortunately, sometimes my gut doesn't respond until I make the free will decision. That's really annoying. When my gut, just feels really weak, like, God, I don't really feel like I'm getting an answer. And then I like move towards it. It's like, oh, there's my answer. Take steps towards that free will decision and then pay close attention to your gut. And then I also want you to play with the energy. If you feel like it's too subtle and you're questioning it and you're like, I don't know about this, I want you to play with the energy and back away from that free will decision if you're able to do that, right? Like, focus your mind on something else and then see, calm your gut down and then move forward with that free will decision again so that you can kind of teeter back and forth with the energy and pay close attention to the difference. Okay, what am I getting from my gut? What is it saying to me? Okay, it's almost like having to take like another taste of a dish before deciding you like it. where it's like, okay, is this a positive energy or negative energy I'm feeling? Like, what is this? Relaxed and open or closed and tight? Like, what is this energy I'm feeling? If you do that and teeter back and forth with that free will decision, you will feel your gut respond with that. Your gut will teeter back and forth. It's what I call playing with the energy, and that'll help you get a clear read on it. I love discussion. I love discussing things with people, and that's why I encourage you guys to discuss things with friends, family, colleagues, strangers. I don't care. But if you're trying to make a decision, have a nice, calm, relaxed, friendly discussion with the people in your life and see how your gut responds to what they're saying. Because while they're sitting there talking to you about stuff, it's like, well, you know, I guess you could do that, blah, blah, blah. And like while you're focusing on what they're saying, your gut is going to respond to it because that's where your mind is going. And, you know, sometimes when I read for people, they don't really want to do much talking, and that's okay. But I actually prefer it when they discuss things with me, because as they're talking, I'm using my psychic abilities and doing a read on what they're saying. So I am actually using my gut while they're talking. So I prefer discussion, but we don't have to have it if they don't want to. But that's why I encourage you guys to have nice, healthy discussion and pay really close attention to your gut while they're talking. And just make sure you're in a relaxed mood. I do this with customer service representatives where they'll come up with options for me, and then my gut will respond, and I'll actually have to say, you know, I'm sorry. I know you're trying to save me money, but whatever, you know, you're suggesting to me just isn't working for my gut. I'm really sorry. And they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, they always respond pretty well, but it's actually pretty funny when I have to say, oh, my gut doesn't like that. So you can use this with anybody. You can use this when you're discussing options with anybody, right? Not just your friends and family, but it also helps you make a decision. Your gut, man, very, very trustworthy. Now, the different gut reactions and how to interpret them. This is very important, okay? Very important. And again, it's taken me like years to figure out this interpretation. And hopefully it resonates with you guys. Because not everybody's, you know, the same, you know? Some people get like tingling. Like if the other side wants to confirm truth for me, my gut will get warm like a Care Bear. It's like getting a high five from the other side. It's like, yes, Christine, keep going. Truth, truth, truth. And my gut will get like warm or hot like a Care Bear. But I know some people get like the chills, or they get like, you know, tingling on the back of their neck or something. So you kind of have to like figure out, you know, what your secret language is with the other side. But I at least just wanted to share mine. Okay, if your gut feels nervous, that's a no. Usually it means you're stressing out your higher self, spirit guides, etc. If you get overwhelmed with this like stage fright kind of energy, back away, just say no. That is a strong no. Don't do it. This nervous stage fright energy, no. That's a no. Feeling sick or nauseous, where your gut just feels like total nausea and you feel like you're getting sick, that is a no. And that is usually like from the dark, where it kind of feels like somebody swallowing your soul. That is a sensation from the dark. And sometimes people will give me this gut reaction. If I feel nauseous from a person, maybe it's because they're suicidal, and I'll be picking up on that lack of self-love energy. That's how it comes across, is like the dark has basically taken this person over, where they don't want to be here anymore. You'll be picking up on like their low vibration. A romantic partner who's bad for you will make me feel sick. You know, if they're like emotionally abusive or something and they really need to get out of your life ASAP, will make me feel sick. And, you know, if you're dating them, you'll probably get nauseous when they're around, because that'll be your higher self trying to get you to get rid of them. If your gut feels closed and tight, and it feels like somebody's squeezing it and it's really uncomfortable, and it's hard to breathe, That is also a strong no. In my experience, it feels like, it can also feel like bloating. It can feel like I'm pregnant. I'll just feel really full. And it's like just taking a deep breath feels difficult because my gut is just like so filled up with like pressure. It feels like pressure. Yeah, those are like the same sensations. That's also a no. Those are also no's. And again, these are undeniable physical sensations, which is why I love this one as a compass so much for you guys. I love clairsentience. It's great. A rush of energy. This is not stage fright. This is the opposite of the anxious, nervous feeling. A rush of energy is I'm excited I'm going to Disneyland. It's like that happy, excited energy. It's positive. And it's also, it's like if you do a read on somebody, that will probably tell you they're your soulmate. If you get that rush of energy. I went back to LA for Christmas after I moved to Hawaii, and I wasn't sure if the trip was going to happen because a lot of stuff had to happen in Hawaii before I would be able to take that trip back to LA for Christmas. And I wasn't sure if it was going to happen. So I paid close attention to my gut while I was booking the flight for that LA trip. And I got a rush of energy and I was like, yes! Because that told me that the trip actually happens and that I actually pull it off somehow. So I was able to send my family an email saying, hey, just want to let you know, just booked my flight to come home for Christmas. By the way, this trip does happen, smoochies, blah, blah, blah. So they knew at that point for sure I was coming home for Christmas and the trip did happen. How would I know if the trip wasn't going to happen? It would feel flat. While I was booking it, it would just have no energy behind it at all whatsoever. It would just feel like an absence of energy and just completely flat. And that would tell me that the trip actually never was going to take place. So yeah, that's the rush of energy. That's what you want. That's a good thing. Again, if your gut feels flat and there's no energy behind it, that's like an alternate reality that never happens. Also, if I do a read on like a married couple who stayed together for the sake of the kids, you know, maybe they stayed together 10 years longer than they should have for the kids, but they're just a couple of robots going through the motions and neither one of them really cares about one another anymore. Their relationship will feel flat to me. Like I'll tune in on the relationship and it'll just feel like an absence of energy, like there's nothing there. Just feel completely flat. Just like a dead connection and like I said, you know, robots going through the motion. If you get repetitive nagging from your gut where it feels like there's a golf ball sitting in the bottom of it throughout the day, and that golf ball nagging tug on your gut keeps happening like over a period of time, that's the other side trying to get your attention. And the other side isn't in the habit of expending energy because it takes effort on their part. So if they are nagging your gut, that means it's urgent and you really, really, really want to pay attention. So that's when it's time to take a time out, meditate, right? Focus your mind on it, bust out a pen and paper, try to do some automatic writing and try to pull some information out of that gut response because they're coming at you for a reason and they're not letting it go. So that means it's something you have to do like right here, right now. And it's probably really important. So pay close attention to that. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to share. Those are the, you know, the way to elicit information out of your gut. And it's a way to interpret the different gut responses. But yeah, this is how you know whether or not you're aligned with truth, just so you know. These different gut responses are saying, yes, you're aligned with truth. No, you're not aligned with truth. Yes, do this. No, don't do this. And, you know, that's why I encourage you guys to, you know, develop it, listen to it, and trust it. Because it is a very, very valuable modality. So please develop your intuition because it'll never steer you wrong. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.